Hey guys! So I'm home for the holidays and Christmas is in 3 days. Me and my mom made treats for all our family and friends, and what we did was we made Santa bread. So while we did that, I filmed it and I made a quick tutorial for y'all. So I hope you enjoy the video and let's get started. These are the ingredients you will need. First, we're going to take our lukewarm water and we're just going to put our yeast in it. And after you put the yeast in the water, we're going to add a pinch of sugar, and that feeds the yeast so it'll bubble up. So we're going to just let this sit and come back to it later. Okay, so we're going to mix all our dry ingredients together, so that's our flour, sugar, and salt. And now we're going to mix our wet ingredients together, so take your milk and your 4 eggs and just mix them all together in a small bowl. And after you've done all this, your yeast should be ready. So it'll look like this. It'll be all bubbled up. So we're going to add our shortening to the flour. And now we're going to add our egg and milk mixture and stir that in with a bread hook. And then add your yeast. Let that stir until it forms a dough ball. Now we're going to take the dough out of the bowl and we're going to knead it for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, your dough should look like this, and you're going to put it in an oiled bowl and you're going to cover it in saran wrap. Make sure that there's no holes so it won't dry out. And after it's covered in saran wrap, we're going to cover it in a wet cloth. And we're going to go put this in a warm place. I just put it in my oven and the heat's not on. And we're just going to let that sit for 1 hour. After it's risen, it should look like that. And we're just going to knead the dough out again for a couple minutes and put it back in the oven to rise for 30 minutes this time. Now that it's risen a second time, it'll look like this, and we're going to cut the dough into 4 equal pieces. After you have your 4 pieces, cover the 3 pieces that you're not using in a wet cloth so they don't dry out, and we're going to make our first Santa head. First, cut your dough in half. Okay, so the first piece we're going to make is the actual face shape. So you're going to make a shape like a teardrop, and it looks like this. And what we're doing here is we're just rolling out the top so it'll be flatter, because the pointy part of the head is actually going to be the hat. And we're folding it over like this because Santa's hat doesn't stick straight up. And after you're done with that, just put it to the side. And next we're going to make all the other pieces for Santa's face. So roll this out into a flat circle. We're going to cut it in half, and this is going to be the beard. So we're just going to cut little notches down the rounded edge of the piece of dough. After that's done, you can set it aside, and next we're going to make the mustache. So same thing, half circle, and we're going to cut the ends of the dough. You can set that aside, and now we're going to make the brim of the hat, and this is easy, it's just a line. And with the rest of the dough, we're going to make the nose and the ball on the end of Santa's hat, and those are just circles. You can just roll them into balls really easily. And last but not least, we're going to roll 2 little balls for the eyes. Okay, now that we have all our pieces, we're going to start putting Santa together. So it's really simple. Just put the brim on top of the hat, the ball on the end of Santa's hat, his beard and mustache go where a beard and mustache would go, and his nose goes where a nose would go, and his eyes go where eyes would go. And for a finishing touch, we're going to put raisins as his pupils. And that's what Santa looks like. He's kind of cute, actually. Okay, so we're going to put our dough under wet cloths to let them rest and rise. After they've risen, we're going to put an egg wash over them so they'll get that nice shiny finish on them after they're done baking. But for an extra touch, we added a little bit of red food coloring to the egg wash after we put the initial egg wash on, and put that on the hat and his nose. So this is what they look like before they go in the oven, and we're going to bake them for 25 minutes at 350 degrees. And this is what they look like when they're done. This is how the Santa bread turned out. And you can see the nose and the hat turned out really red, and everything else browned pretty nicely. It's actually pretty soft. I cut off a piece from another one so I can show you what the inside looks like. It's just like a regular slice of bread. That's where the hat was. But yeah, I'll try it. It's really good. It's actually just like plain white bread. But homemade bread always tastes better than store-bought bread. So yeah, you can definitely put like your favorite jam or just butter or I don't know, anything Christmassy on this and it'll taste really good. So I hope you guys like this video, and I hope that you all have a very Merry Christmas or Happy Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or whatever else you celebrate this holiday season. So thanks for watching and happy cooking.